Ah. I'm just testing my stream. So, okay. Here's an interesting question. I am streaming now. And if I share my screen, like so, what happens to my video on YouTube? Ah, there's a screen split like this. Okay. Okay. You know what? I guess I'm going to build. Because I've got an hour left in my day, and I need to get these ads built for Classnotes.tech. So, I'll drop this stream link here. Stream settings. Building in public with my friends at X-Ray TO Automation. Sharing how to create ad campaign, Facebook ad manager. Save. That'll do for now. Okay, so let's talk about ad campaigns. Talk about what we're doing with ad campaigns. If you saw you can't see my live stream, it wasn't streaming. So I talked about earlier today with Tom on the podcast that I will upload once it is finished, is we built and ran an ad campaign. It should be here, right? Hey, oh, there we are. For summary.legal, which is not here. Well, I can do it this way. If I do this one, so, all right. Let me do a quick review of what we had built, what we had learned, and how this is going to impact what we're doing here. Open up. There we go. So we ran an ad campaign for X-Ray.tech on summary.legal. And what we were running here, now it's worth noting as we're building this for summary.legal and for X-Ray.tech, what we were building is the start of a journey that takes you from what is my business all the way to I'm generating a healthy lead activation rate and I'm spending a third as much as it costs to bring me a new lead, to close new leads. We ran one ad campaign, our first ad campaign, and what we got was some pretty good first engagement in the ad campaign. We had a pretty high click-through rate for certain demographics, and we need to test summarily to find job segments next. So we're running ads. These are the ads we were running just broadly to anybody in the legal field. That's fine. What we found was we were able to discover some engagement with women on impression, but more heavily with men on the click. And that's here, right? Yeah. Women got more impressions, men got more clicks. And with that knowledge, we know what we want to test next. Had some decent cost per thousand on the clicks, and cost per thousand on the impressions, and cost per clicks were also pretty good. And armed with that knowledge, this is for the tool summary.legal, right here. summary.legal. This product is identical in the back end as this product. Now, they don't look like the same product, but in both cases, upload a file, get a 5-minute summary, make more of your time by, if you've got a long recording to sit through, extract the relevant parts out, and away you go. With that in mind, we're building some ads for Classnotes, which we haven't launched yet. Now, with Classnotes, we haven't launched ads yet. We don't yet know what we're doing, so we're taking my usual approach for a brand new company and saying GTM 3 ways. This one. We're following this 3 rhetorical appeals system of go-to-market. Writing to emotion, writing for logic, writing for social proof. I'm building my ad campaign for Classnotes.tech, starting with emotion. So we've got our ad image, which I'm pulling from here. I have my ad copy, which comes from Notion, which my team has written for me. I'm building the ad campaign already with some targeting. With some targeting I've already selected, which I can show here. We're running ads to people, student age, students' education or in their interest groups, and then I had target interested in distance education. I'm not convinced that's a good target because that's including all the students who are currently attending a university one-on-one. But we do have, there's a couple things we can do. One is, like, what are the main best flash cards, study app, study app. There's a couple of them that are pretty well known, right? Study Blue is one that I know, and Brainscape. So if I were to say here my ads targeting, interested in Brainscape, nope, S-T-U-D-Y, Blue, none of those? No. Interested in, we should have. Bunch of study abroad. Oh, could I maybe do test preparation? These are the students who are serious about learning, interested in academic degree, higher education. That's not a bad setup. There we go. That gets me targeting. It's a little broader than I like, but we'll work with it. Okay, date set in the past. We'll set this to go live at 9:20 p.m. That way, 9:50 p.m. That way I won't have any problems. So, all right. Emotion 1. Ad is built, but I only have one graphic uploaded. So we will do yep. This needs to be edited. This is a wide image. That is fine. This needs to be edited. This is a square, I think. This is tall, so I can change the creative, upload new creative, and I can say, hey, I've already got this tall image, which fits much better for my needs here. There we go. Fits natively in there. And then finally, I've got my square ad unit. Here, I can change that out for this one, I think. We'll see real quick. Yep. Now we have my 3 creative lockups. Music? What? I can run this with music. Image, brightness, and contrast. 3D animation. Okay. For the moment, we shall ignore all that. Got primary text, we have headline, we have description. Call to action should be something like, I don't like any of these. We have sign up. There we go. Okay. Now, website. This needs to go somewhere. This needs to go right here. Now, one of the things you're going to want to do is build URL parameter. You can either do this right in Facebook. You can do this a number of ways. Oh, we don't have Pixel yet. We'll set that up live before this goes running. We will build a URL parameter. Campaign source is, this is campaign ID, campaign medium, and this is going to be placement. Campaign name is campaign name. Oh, that shouldn't be campaign ID. Source is just Facebook, FACB, okay. Campaign medium is placement. Yep. And then campaign content will be ad ID. That gives you the parameters. So we'll see what ads are driving traffic and conversions. Now, we don't yet have the pixel. Okay. We don't have the pixel installed yet. We shall do that before this turns live. And languages are fine. We're tracking events. We have our URL parameters. Everything is set up correctly for this one. And then what I usually do is duplicate, because the link is going to be the same. We have emotion 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 units, so here we go. Boom. And as that copies out, we have all these copies, so we're going to call this one, I'm going to rename you. Of emotion 2. Then we shall have logic 1, logic 2. Logic 1. Logic 2. Social proof 1 and social proof 2. Just so we have them all set up and we know what we need to do. Now I know. Next step for me to make is emotion 2. This is not the right ad unit showing here. Let's go back here. And this clearly needs to be the square. Yep. That's better. And then this should be my wide. That works. Okay. There we are. Now, it's emotion 1. For emotion 2 here, we're going to swap out all of our creative. We'll start, the targeting is the same, but we'll start here. We're going to grab these, we're going to edit this, and we know this needs to be our next square unit. I don't happen to have the next square emotional appeal laid down. That's okay though. I'm just going to export everything on this board. This is done by my talented designer, Rameshwar. And we'll export all of this, take a few moments for it to save. And I believe these are going to be templates in our $10 million. There we go. In our $10 million, replace them all. Our $10 million Facebook ad template pack. In our $10 million Facebook ad template pack, we're going to have all of the best performing ad designs we've ever run. All of them are doing better than 98% of any of the ads that run on Facebook in general, and they're free. You just got to go to crowdtamers.com and that's the wrong window. Just got to go to crowdtamers.com, click on resources, $10 million Facebook ad templates pack. We'll be launching that real soon once I have the InVision, Sketch, and Adobe Illustrator files prepared. So, all right. With this now, I can change and I can upload new ones. And I know that what I'm looking for is my emotion variant 2 square. This one. As it uploads. There we go. There's one. Change this out. Same for this is the tall, and then we do the wide. When the upload here is finished, we have our new set of ad creative put in place. Then we're going to grab our add text, and then we'll be good to go. Now, I'm building in Facebook UI directly. A lot of folks would use a tool like I don't know, HubSpot, Hootsuite, some paid ad. There's a bunch of paid advertising management tools. There's a reason why I don't use any of those. And it is because when you work with as many clients as I work with, you never know what tool stack they will have. And rather than show up and demand, hey, you've got to retool to meet my needs, particularly if it's a client I'm working with for, a month or two, it's not worth the pain of that switch for them or for me. If I'm working in the Facebook ads UI always, doesn't matter what other software they have, it's going to work well enough for us to build and buy here. All right, I have swapped out all my creative. I have to swap out my primary text, my headline, and my description, which I happen to have here. So I've got a version of this that runs fairly long, like so, and a version of the emotional appeal that runs fairly short. I need to fix, this should not start with a 2. There we go. Something else. There we go. This and add text option. There's the short version. Now, something else I like to do once I have this here is break down hour-long lecture series and summarize them. And what I'll do is BORED. Here we can go brain. Whoop. There we go. That didn't work. Here we go. Robot. You. And customize, we have art. I want that one. Well, that one. There we go. Okay. I like to use emojis as bullet points on Facebook. I find it gets more engagement. Okay, and then I have the TLDR version of all of your lectures. I've got some other headlines here. Study a pace that works for you with class notes. Add a headline option. And be everyone's favorite study buddy. There we go. So some variants of our headlines. Text. Now, emotion 2 is done. Now, with that done, I need to iterate through on my logic and on my social proof ones too. So, with logic, back up here, I shall replace this. With logic variant 1 square. That's not actually variant 3, guys. Logical appeal, right? Learn faster. Okay. And then here for my logical appeals. Ugh. Copy, paste, add text option. Paste. So you'll notice, actually go back to this and grab the bullet point. You'll notice I have a long version and a short version of these. This is on purpose because we get a click on that see more. And that click there, Facebook does register as a click when it's measuring click-through rate. It does measure that click at a separate type of click than the click on the actual sign-up button. But it is still useful to see if people are clicking to read more and discover more, or if they don't care that much. Okay, then we have a fairly simple way to phrase this. And then keep on top of all your lectures with CYSS continuous trans. Cancel. There's a habitually I do control back to delete words, and that messes things up on Facebook with class notes like so, and then description's fine. All right, so logic 1, logic 2. How long have we been running? 28 minutes. We'll finish this up by the hour, certainly. Probably sooner than that. Edit this, change this out, upload. So you can see what's going on here, right? Once you've made the assets, this is not a terribly difficult process. It is a bit time consuming. And especially when you're splitting your bandwidth with a stream, these images might show up a little more slowly than you would strictly like, but that's all right. So one of the things I tell people here, and I did not mention on this stream yet, is as I'm running these ads, I've chosen the placement of them all manually. And they are all set to run only, it runs here at the campaign level. They're all set to run only on Facebook and Instagram, not actually running Messenger ads. And there's a reason for that. That is maybe less than just pure preference. That is, when you run on Facebook's audience network. So it's worth remembering Facebook's interest and your interest are not very closely aligned here, right? Facebook always wants to extract as much money as they can from you in your marketing, and you want to spend the minimum money you can in your marketing. These are kind of opposed viewpoints. Sorry, answering Slack chat. Yeah, 2, 1. So, your interests aren't aligned, right? What they want to do is get you to pay the most you possibly can per click, and what you want to do is spend the least you possibly can per click. So, Facebook's audience network is a source of a lot of bot traffic. Bot traffic, of course, will never convert to paid user reviewers, as it's all fraudulent traffic. But Facebook doesn't mind if you're dumb enough to run your ads on the Facebook audience network, because they will make money, even if you're not. Messenger ads are so heavily phone centric that I almost only ever recommend you use this if you're trying to install direct to an app. If you're not trying to install direct to an app, I wouldn't use the Messenger app. So running on Insta, running on Facebook, running InStream, and we're running on these placements. So I'm not running carousels. Carousels always see higher engagement than just straight images. And what we're trying to test here is not can Facebook game the system to make you look more. We're trying to figure out, can I make a headline that garners your attention enough to stop your scroll and make you want to talk to me? So that's why we're running things the way we are. And then this here, we shall switch this out as well. Excuse me. This one here. Now these are all put in. Save. Now you have to change the text here. Again, I've got my logic text, which I can just grab directly from here with my emojis and everything already in place. Paste. Add text option. Copy. Now, it is a fact of performance ads that creative, the graphic that everything is anchored on, accounts for about 60% of the click-through rate. So I'm not really testing the ad text performance yet because that's the less important issue of the ones that are facing somebody who's never heard of this company as they scroll through this ad on their page. Because they've never heard of Classnotes, they have no idea who we are. They don't necessarily, they're not stopping their scroll to be like, oh, these guys have done something cool before. I want to see what they're doing now. All we're looking at, all we have the strength of this campaign resting on is the creative interesting enough that somebody wants to engage with it. And if it's not, other elements of it, such as the language above and below the ad, are less relevant. So, okay. Other than that, because these values are dynamically set, I don't have to change them every single time. And now we're down to social proof 1, social proof 2. So, this one last time into the breach. We shall upload. Well, I guess 2 last times into the breach, actually. What I am doing is not, I want to do social proof variant 1. That's that one. There we are. Okay, this looks fine. And then we shall change this. Which runs here. There's our new ad unit set in place, and then our last one. That one, this one. Okay. there's all of our creatives. And then we have our social proof text. We have this one. Paste, add text option. I'll just grab the bullet points off of somebody else. There we are. TLDR for all your lectures. What else do we have here? Easy to read, easy to stay, just so you like it. Add a headline option. Unsure about this quote, but whatever. All right. That's all set up. Social proof 1. Then our last ad here. Swap out this creative for social proof 2 square. Okay, there's that one. Then we have our tall. And finally our wide. On the, right after the string today, Tom was suggesting I should start doing all of my screen cam captures as a pilot. But I feel like it wouldn't help if I said, alright, now you got to upload your wide Facebook image. Like, I'm not sure this is improving comprehension. I'm very sure it's making a hash of the closed captioning regardless. Alright. Here, I think I've got that. I'm just going to grab all the text from this one. There, one. Like so. Like so. Then add a text option. That, and then finally our last headline. Okay, and then the last one, this quote. Might as well just paste that in. There you go. So now, all of these ads are built. All of them have the right creative. All of them have the right copy. I have previously set my lifetime budget for the whole campaign at $350. And we are good to go and publish this now. So, we leave all this running. Now you might ask, what do you mean publishing 3 of 8? There's only 6 ads. Yes, but the ads are held inside of a folder inside of a campaign. And so it's publishing a total of 8 different things. These are all already hooked up and connected to payment, so they will run to the limit of their campaign. I'm not going to learn anything for a day or two. I'm not going to look back at this for a while. Hopefully, you found how building this is interesting, how to target your campaign, a bunch of different ways to write and talk about a product. If this was useful, awesome. Let me know in a comment. If you have any questions as you're watching this recording at some point in the future, check it out. Drop a note in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter at Trevor Longino. You can find me at crowdtamers.com. Click on the big green Let's Chat button. Happy to have a conversation. Thanks so much.